G'day fellas and welcome to A Casted Game. This is the second series in the caster mode Kalash. Spawning in on the south side of the map in the color blue, playing as the Delhi Sultanate. Representing Izzy Esports, it's MarineLord. And on the north side of the map, playing in the color red as the Chinese, representing Istanbul Wildcats, it's Kasva. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Here we are about to witness, I gotta switch perspective quickly before that wolf gets in on the action. You can see, unfortunately, Kasva looks like he's running the gauntlet at the moment. Let's have a look on the south side and see what MarineLord's up to. Fortunately, we've got the scout clearing the way for him here, so fortunately doesn't take any damage on those villagers. But we are here, and we are on one of the brand new maps. Now, I can't remember the exact name for this map. Actually, I think it's something Heights, Golden Heights. I want to say Golden Heights. I think it's Golden Heights because, well, you've got a little bit of a height difference over here, and there's plenty of gold in the middle, so it makes sense. Golden Heights. Let's talk a little bit about this map. This map, initially, I didn't like it. I wasn't a fan of it. But slowly, over time, I've actually learned to love this map. And there's been a lot of exciting games that I've witnessed on this map over the past few weeks. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we have here today, what we get between Kasva, between MarineLord, and hopefully we have plenty of action already. We've got MarineLord now looking to drop a dock down on the south side here, on the bottom. And it looks like Kasva's going to be on the top side. Now, one of my favorite things about this map is it really does come down just to a single battle out here over on the ocean. So you're not going to be able to really assist too much from the main base. Typically, when you're thinking about, players fighting over water, it's going to be a water body between the two players in the middle, and then you're able to send units in, melee units over to back up your dock. Your enemy's going to be able to do the same thing if they've got a dock on their water side. But the problem on this map is that everything's very, very far away. And already we begin to see some interesting openings as the dock is going to be coming down for MarineLord and giving him a significant advantage. And for anybody wondering why the Delhi have got such an advantage when it comes to this map, it is because of their ability to train fishing boats that can attack. That is correct. So they've pretty much got an answer to every single civilization out there, because as soon as you find yourself in the Dark Age with an enemy to attack, well, you can begin doing that. And we now see exactly how Kasva is going to be having a little bit of trouble. Up to the north of the map, MarineLord just looking to scout out and find some sheep. They're both going to be starting out fishing. And MarineLord doing the right thing. You don't want to be slowly attacking down the enemy fishing boat, because he's, or rather, Kasva doing the right thing here. And hold on, no, I got to get myself right. There we go. MarineLord here on the right hand side as the Delhi. So MarineLord doing the right thing. You don't want to start working down your enemy boats just yet. Ideally, you want to wait until about 3 fishing boats, and that's when you start working them down. Just because it's going to be very slow to trickle in. To trickle in damage, and you're just going to head back to the dock anyway, and going to jump inside, and it's going to heal you up, and then you're just going to be able to go next to the shoreline fish. But now the third one is out, and I'd expect that with this, he's probably going to start looking to attack the fishing boats now. For the moment, everything is absolutely fine for Kasva, but don't expect it to remain that way forever. We check back in the base, and yet to see an Imperial official coming out for Kasva. It's just going to be a single scout opening for him. No real surprises there. On MarineLord's side, he's actually dropped down the mosque and begun doing some research. So going to be opening us up with efficient production as well as piney. And now it looks like we may potentially see MarineLord beginning to work down some of the fishing boats. He's moving out, forcing that villager back, and we can... Interestingly, he's decided to come back here over on the shore fish. I wonder exactly what the plan is for him, because keep in mind his fishing boats do have an attack of 7 bow damage. And compare that to the 0 armor. That's going to be 7, but it's going to take some time to actually get through it. He's just really minding his own business, but I'm really curious what the whole mindset here is. He's just letting Kasva gather, and now I think he's going to be beginning to work. I'm very confused what the mindset here. I'd love to pick his brain and understand a little bit more about exactly why he's doing this. But Kasva, he's getting plenty of resources in the early game, and MarineLord not even using his advantage to establish. This seems very curious. Why would you go for the Delhi on this map if you're not going to actually use the main thing that they've got? And we now see 6 fishing boats coming out here. So 6 times 7, he's looking at 42 damage. So going to be able to 3-shot these. And maybe that's what he was looking for. So perhaps that's the golden number. But still behind this, though, Kasva's going to be pretty decent on the food economy. We can see he's got... Actually, I switched that one over for you guys. 12 villagers on food at the moment. But still out here for the moment, not doing anything. I'm really, I can't explain it. I'm sitting here right now thinking, well, hold on a minute, because MarineLord is an absolute beast. He knows what he's doing, but he's not doing anything about it. Kasva only investing in 6 fishing boats as well. 7th one now coming through. We're still waiting on board with MarineLord, but nothing coming through. Tower of Victory coming down. That's right. The first game in this series is going to be the Tower of Victory. Keep in mind, this has been buffed. So it's not the Tower of Defeat that it once was. Imperial Academy coming down on the other side of the map as well for Kasva. It gets a little bit confusing because these guys both spawn on top of each other, so there's no real left and right, so I do get confused sometimes. But second dock now going to be coming down for MarineLord. Still not shooting the enemy fishing boats. MarineLord failing to really seize on this opportunity. And the thing is, as the Delhi, this is what you want to be doing. You want to be aggressive, and we know he knows about this. We saw him move over with the fishing boat in the early stage of the game, force that villager back. And that was it. He never really pushed the agenda. So he would be able, easily right now, he can 3-shot these fishing boats, almost bordering on 2-shotting these fishing boats now. But Kasva reaching the feudal age, and with that, you're going to expect to see some galleys coming out, or some junks coming out up towards the north. That villager going to get chased back by the scout. And now, finally, we've got... Okay, there we go. Finally, MarineLord wakes up. He's like, hold on a minute. No, these are my deep-sea fish. Don't you dare think about coming out over here. Another fishing boat moving out towards his position, but MarineLord just allowing it to live. Okay, now MarineLord finally getting on the hype train. There we go. He's able to 2-shot it down now. And perhaps that's what he was waiting for. He was waiting for the ability to 2-shot his enemy. I would have just gone with a 3-shot. I feel like 3-shot was probably acceptable, MarineLord, but you do you, son. I ain't gonna hate. Junk now going to be coming out. We do see a no response actually coming out at the moment from Kasva. Now keep in mind the junk has got just 1 ranged armor, so the fishing boat still technically could do quite a fair bit of damage here to the junk, but we do see the age up coming through. No wonder why MarineLord hadn't gone for the backlers yet. We do see it's going to be a backler Dow opening, and the fishing boat's getting focused down here. It needs to try and pop these guys inside the dock so that they don't die. Villager here as well, and he's actually just going to be turning and looking to attack the junk. Second junk now going to be coming out as well. Looks like there's little action out on the land, but MarineLord might be making a little bit of mistake as the scout goes down. Fishing boat still getting picked off. Dow and backler about to come out, which should be able to even up this position a little bit more. We do see fire junks in the queue right now, though. Going to be looking to come out in Kasva. He's definitely done well to pip this position off MarineLord. Now MarineLord going to be coming up empty. He's only got 8 fishing boats here compared to Kasva, who's on 7. So things looking pretty even. Villager did go down. War junk able to take that bad boy out, unfortunately losing its life. And we do see the, well, he'll come up bloated in a few days. Don't worry, guys. It'll be fine. They will eventually find the body. MarineLord now adding in the stable. Interestingly, going for a stable. So one of the reasons why Tower of Victory is a pretty strong landmark is because of the way that it buffs up the infantry. Infantry being the key there. So it is only... so hold on, let's read that. Enables Tower of Victory mosques and madrasas to increase the attack speed of infantry by 20% when produced within their influence. Dude, okay, they've changed it. They changed Tower of Victory. It used to be that it gave the AoE. I never realized, but now it's within the influence. So as long as you're within the... Dude, I never realized that. That's got to be a recent change, right? That surely has to be a recent change for the Delhi. I don't think I've seen that one before. But we now see him looking to move out the scholars. I'm curious as to what the technologies he's picked up are. Sanctity is coming through at the moment, sitting at about... he's got just under 2 minutes on it remaining. But now the horseman going to be moving out, the equivalent of like almost a supervision that he's got. Barbican going to be going down in the middle of the map. Could be lucky here. Let's take a look on board with MarineLord. I don't think he's aware and might just run past. He's just going to run past, unfortunately not seeing the Barbican. So I think at the end of the day, the Barbican probably still would have gotten up. But unfortunately, he is going to be missing that one. Nice little opportunity there to kill a villager, kill 2 villagers potentially. We'll ride on board with Kasva and see how he's doing, because the question is, what direction does Kasva look for here? Now, the way that I like to play this matchup in particular, especially on water like this, it's all about the boom. It's all about getting a big boy boom off. And if you're able to do that and you can out-eco the Delhi player, as long as you survive the castle push, you're going to be fine. And that's really what it comes down to. The enemy, typically the Delhi player can look to do a push as well in the feudal age, depending on how they want to play it. If they've got, I guess on this map we've got two sacred sites, so it does make a fair bit of sense to go for that, because he's going to need to challenge this sacred site. But with the Barbican there, it's going to be really hard. Looks like the horseman is going to be going down though. Nice little raids coming through now out on the open ocean. We see, I mean, I call this the open ocean. It's more of a lake though, isn't it? We see the backlers looking to try and defend what little remains here. And I gotta love this. And this is part of the thing that I like about this map, is that there's not 10 fishing spots out here. There are 3 fishing spots out here, which mean that even if you've got 20 fishing boats, you're going to run dry. You're going to run dry out here very, very quickly. And this will regenerate. So I think that there's probably a nice little number, like maybe about 15 fishing boats is probably the sweet spot. This is still a good amount of food, but 2TC Song Dynasty is going to overtake that very quickly. So even in the event Kasva loses that water, he's still going to be in a pretty decent spot, I suspect. Walls now looking to come up on the south side of the map as double villagers beginning to move out. A little bit of a raid on the stone mine. MarineLord going to become aware that Kasva is thinking about that second town center. Imperial official makes it back into the safety of the village. Horsemen are repelled here by the spearmen. We see plenty of upgrades now starting to come through for Kasva as well, making sure he's matching what MarineLord's able to do. Keep in mind, MarineLord, please tell me. Please tell me, MarineLord. Okay, it looks like the text may be bugged for our deli player. MarineLord fortunately has remembered his deli text. We can see right here, he's picked up everything. He's picked up wheelbarrow. So it looks like all the deli texts at the moment are bugged. So don't consider the UI as the, as the guarantee here. It is not the case. Villagers making their way back. We can see that Kasva, he's got 308 stone. He's dropped off, and now the second town center going to be coming down. So Song Dynasty going to be coming in. And Kasva might be in a bit of a difficult spot. Explosive Dow gets blown up before it can make too much damage. And now the war junk's going to be firing off. We can see because they've got that broadside coming through that it's going to be a little bit more of an even battle there for the defensive Chinese player. And now Doc's moving up. Look at that. Did you guys see that one? Firing off the 35 bow damage. I think, is he almost able to hit? I suspect he might almost be able to hit the Doc from here. If that's a little bit of a bigger shit, that was an explosive junk, but if that was a Hulk coming out at this angle, I reckon he might be able to hit that. I'll have to wait and see now. Keep in mind, he's obviously going to just be able to heal that up. But the first of the sacred sites is now taken. MarineLord going to be happy with that. 1 out of 2 ain't bad, but keep in mind, look, the deli is strong on this map because of their advantage on the water that MarineLord didn't use, but they're kind of weak as well because they've only got those 2 sacred sites. And now the explosive junk going to be coming in, finding massive damage. MarineLord should be able to clean up the water for the moment, and this is going to give him a huge advantage when it comes to the economy, because after you take out the war junks, after you take out the junks, guess what's coming up next? It's the fishing boats, and fishing economy going to be completely evaporated here. But take a look at the villager count. Kasva has been Song Dynastying out of the wazoo behind this, and now also looking to focus on land. We can see MarineLord focusing heavily on water, but the question is going to be whether there is enough to justify it, because you've got to really consider the fact, okay, if Kasva's invested heavily in his economy on land, which he has, he's given up the water. MarineLord's actually really far ahead on the military count. I don't know where all of that's coming in. Is it because of the ships? It could be because of the ships. I'm not sure exactly why. But Kasva looking pretty solid on land, despite apparently the numbers saying the opposite thing for it. Expect him to look to bring out another villager to try and get these walls in as the sacred site in the north starts to get captured. Villagers moving out towards the gold, but yeah, so I guess my theory is that, or not really theory, but sort of explanation from here, is that MarineLord's invested heavily in the water, heavily in winning the water. And Kasva invested initially just to keep a little bit of food income going in there, just to help him out while he worked on other things. And he did that. He dropped down the second town center. He went for that Song Dynasty, and that's enabled him to really get ahead with regard to his economy. And now he's in a position where he's able to actually establish himself on land without really being impacted too adversely by the loss of water. So even though MarineLord's going to win the water here, I still feel like the position for Kasva is better, because the longer this game goes on, the better it gets for the Chinese player. The one thing Kasva's got to be careful about is going to the castle age, and he's doing it right now. So there is the potential for MarineLord to hit him with a very powerful push here, and that's going to be I don't know how to describe it. Very, very nice there, but I would almost call it like a death ball push. It is with the horsemen, the spearmen, the archers, and of course not forgetting the scholars as well with their full upgrades. So we'll take a look and see exactly how many scholars he's got at the moment. I don't actually think, can we see? MarineLord, it doesn't, oh, there we go, 5 scholars at the moment. And he's working towards a 6th one as well. So there is the potential for that push to happen, and as long as Kasva can defend it, that's going to be the key factor here, because we do see he is working towards the castle. He just pulled all the villagers off gold, or at least for the moment. They're just chilling out for the moment. John Cena standing by. And now up towards this east side, we see that still the fishing boats are out and about at the moment. MarineLord looking to try and push in, but he's got to be so careful because naval arrow slits coming through and explosive junk going to be coming through as well. It's very difficult to finish off these last little docks, just because you've always got to be paying attention in case any explosive junks do come out. Fishing boats somewhat spasming there on the back. Horsemen chasing horsemen. And at this point in time, Kasva going to be dropping down that age up very, very shortly. And we can see he's got a nice little bit of base building going on here. Imperial Academy dropped down over towards this bottom side and then puts the farm in on the opposite side, making sure he doesn't take the 2-for-1 there, or take out his first with his second. Still chasing across the map, still holding on towards his northern position. We can see that the fishing boats have gone idle. He's got 158 left on this one. Otherwise, he's going to have to get out here, and that's going to be tough. And the infantry numbers now really starting to build up for MarineLord, and I think this is where the potential threat is. Landmark coming down for Kasva. And this is the timing that we were talking about. This is the timing that we alluded to. The infantry mass is continuing to build. 57 military population at the moment. Some cavalry out on the map. It looks like they're going to be looking for a raid down here on the on the deer. We'll be able to find it as well, but fortunately, double outpost going to be coming up. 11 villagers out here, so at least one of them going to have to give it up. But the age ups come through. Now, Kasva in this position, he should know if there's a Tower of Victory out, there's going to be a lot of infantry from your enemy. You need to make Nest of Bees. And he should be able to spot this as well. The one thing to note is with the Nest of Bees, MarineLorD's obviously got scholars. He's only got 2 at the moment. He needs to pull all of the scholars forward. And if he really wants to make this push work. So we can see he's got 1, 2 scholars. There's the rest of the scholars. There's the scholars coming out now. So this is exactly what he wants to do. I guess you can leave a couple in the production facility, but ideally you want to have all healing on deck right now. And it looks like the first Nest of Bees is coming through. Now over towards that north side. We do see a raid has been shut down. Horseman going to be losing its life. And we're right on board with MarineLord as he continues to chase away villagers. Doing a decent job here. But we can see the worker kills not particularly high. And now finally the rest of those units going to be pairing up or moving up over towards this position. A little bit of a raid down here by Kasva as well. Doing a great job. And the question's going to be on the defensive side. Because now MarineLord has broken through into the Chinese base. Kasva is up, and it looks like we're going to have a monastery coming down. At first, I thought it was a keep. It was so big. It's just going to be a monastery coming down. Looks like he's still trying to finish off over on the water. A couple of explosive dowels do get blown up before they get the chance to meet their makers. And now over on that north side, we continue to see raids coming through, attacks on the front side. There's the first of the Nest of Bees. And now we need something to protect this. He's got Palace Guards, which will do a decent job. No +1, though, so it's going to be difficult for him. We're going to enter into the cinematic mode to witness the Palace Guards, as well as the Nest of Bees, try and hold the defense. The single Nest of Bees looks to try and take out the enemy forces. Gets a pretty decent volley. Villagers going to get pulled here. Going to be making sure that they block and repair. Nest of Bees continuing to hold on, getting some good shots, and we see the scholars with their arms up in the air. Palace Guards still defending for the moment, continuing to move out, and the single Nest of Bees defends this position. The consequence of not having those horsemen in, or not even making horsemen, he needed to go for that 1-1-1 and bring the scholars as well. Unfortunately, not going to be able to take down that Nest of Bees. And I think even if he had, 5 or 6 horsemen, I suspect the villagers may have been able to out DPS him. But we'll bring the UI back in so we can see exactly what is going on across this map. And now the Backler's doing a pretty decent job of cleaning up the ocean out here. But you've got to remember that at this point in the game, the ocean is pretty irrelevant. China, with its Song dynasty, has gone absolutely choppo on the village account. Keep in mind, he's only got 2 town centers. There's no 3rd town center. It's just 2 town centers, already doubling the village account here of MarineLord. Now, for whatever reason, it says that MarineLord's just got a massive army. I don't know where this is coming from. 21 archers, 17... fishing boats are counting. Oh, okay. Fishing boats are counting as military. Oh, I see it now. It's all making sense. So I guess they're not counting as economic units. That's probably why. So it's not quite double the village account, but it is still pretty damn high. Palace Guards now looking to clean up this position towards the north. At the same time, the attack down on the south side. +1's come through. Needs to pick up +2 as well. You can see that the attack speed here is going to be getting buffed up by the Tower of Victory. And the question is going to be whether the Tower of Victory really pulled it off here. He needs to be looking to move into crossbows. We'll just double check and see. He should have crossbows in queue. No crossbows at the moment in queue. Should be moving into crossbows shortly with springlers. We'll wait and see whether he does it as the horsemen now get cleaned up completely to the north. And now we've got the granaries beginning to come down up at that very top side. Kasva doing a beautiful job expanding here on the Chinese. I've got to be honest, I'm loving Kasva's Chinese right now. It's looking very solid, and his position in this game, I would be sitting at about 85 to 90% win chance right here. He's made it through the hard part. He kept the fish economy or the food economy, the water economy alive for as long as possible. He used that to get to Song Dynasty. He used that to keep the village account up for the main town center, and he pushes it into Song Dynasty as well. Now starting to neutralize the first of the sacred sites. The second one is completely neutralized. Never even been contested here by MarineLord. Now we've got relics starting to get picked up across the map. Keep in mind, we've also got Kasva, who's dropped down that monastery himself, and he's looking to rally out his monks to pick these up. We hear them getting picked up over on the east side of the map. So at the moment, it's going to be 1 relic for Kasva, 2 relics for MarineLord. We'll switch over now to the resources per minute, just so we can get an idea of where these guys stand. Looking at about 3.5k at the moment, 3.7k for Kasva. Compare that over to MarineLord, who's looking at about 2.2k, 2.5k. And that's a huge difference, more than 1,000 resources a minute difference. Another raid coming in on this north side. Just get an outpost or 2 in there, please. Nice little body block on the front line. Springalds are coming out. Decent job here. Crossbow numbers, nowhere to be seen, but he's going to be able to repel the palace guards here nonetheless. Keep going to be dropped down by Kasva on the front side. Triple nest of bees as well. Lancers moving towards that backside, looking to try and take down the nest of bees. Villagers getting pulled for the repair here. We're going to enter into the cinematic mode, even though we're halfway through the battle already, because it's now starting to be realized how serious this could be. The villagers continuing to keep these nest of bees alive, and they just won't damn die. And Kasva looking incredible. Now pulling the I suspect this is, what do we got back here? It looks like just spearmen trying to take out villagers, and the keep gets up in the nest of bees. Holding on for dear life. All nest of bees remain alive, and MarineLord in absolute shambles in this first game. Kasva looking absolutely incredible. We bring back that UI for you so you can understand exactly what's going on as he continues to push through. He's set up that keep, and that's going to mean the trebuchets are going to start coming now shortly. There's the trebuchet from MarineLord as we say it. And now pushing in through from his gates that he's created for himself. Looking to try and take out the infantry. I feel seconds before disaster right here. Firing off down towards the units. Big volleys coming off. Once again, that Springald looking to try and take out the nest of bees. MarineLord scrambling right now. But look at the nest of bees just taking the Springald out themselves. They say, you know what? We'll handle it, fellas. We'll handle it. And they absolutely shred through it. That's when you know that the nest of bees are a little bit too good. And now a second keep comes down. MarineLord surely going to be tapping out after this. Kasva's just got so much tempo, so much economy, so much power behind this. Kasva, watch out, ladies and gentlemen. He is coming with force. And I tell you what, before the Red Bull Wallalow, this guy, well, I was a bit worried about him, but now he is looking like he has found his groove. He is looking incredible in this game against MarineLord. And he's underneath the town center now with a whole bunch of nest of bees. Second keep is up successfully. Just when you thought the compound of the defender was the landmark to make when you want to do keep drops. No, compound of the defender is the landmark you want to make when you want to get keep dropped, it seems. Defensive keep coming up in the corner of the base. Now another Lancer coming through, but he's got Spearmen here to deal with it. Trying their best and looking, they're looming, they're hunting. It's the internal chase, and now the big shots come in. He splits him off, but still manages to find a couple hits, and good game gets called. Kasva victorious in the first game against MarineLord. An incredibly unexpected surprise, fellas. I hope you've enjoyed this casted game. Game number 2 going to be coming up on the channel. What an absolute opening to this series.